This is JJ. I feed my dogs raw foods, 100% raw foods, fruits, vegetables, raw chicken bones, chicken meat, beef, rabbit meat, all sorts of meats, all in its raw form. And this is Johnny. Johnny, they both are 6 years old. I adopted them. Johnny has hardly any teeth, but he does such a good job in eating that whole chicken. He leaves the bony part of the chicken, and JJ will take care of it. JJ has full teeth, so he literally crushes that bone completely, and at the end, within just 5 minutes, there will not be anything left in that bone. Now, there's a huge difference between cooked and raw bones. When the bones are raw, once a pet crushed through the flesh, the bones are very safely crushed. On the other hand, when you cook raw bones, they become brittle, and sometimes they can splinter easily. That's when they become dangerous. Never, ever feed cooked bones to your pet. Never. Now, a definite reason why bones can be dangerous to pets when they are raw is if the bones are not from organically fed animals. If they are commercially grown and fed animals, the meat and bones might be irradiated. And that's almost like cooking the bones. This is the biggest reason why pets have problems with this kind of raw bones. To the naked eyes, the bones look raw. But to a chemist, bones that have been irradiated are like cooked bones. There's no enzymes, so they become brittle. We feed these raw bones to pets, and these are the commercial bones, and then we see them die from it, and then we say, oh, it's the raw bones that killed them. Absolutely not. It's the horrible commercialism of our food industry today that obliterate any enzymes in such foods. My pets have been eating raw chicken bones, organically grown chicken, for several years, and they have never had any problems. In fact, their teeth are much better now that they are eating raw chicken bones. So I'm going to continue with this video to show you how JJ just goes through the whole bone, and he does that all in a few minutes. He's enjoying every bit of it. Now at the end, there's going to be just tiny pieces of the chicken left. And Johnny actually will take a long time because he hardly has any teeth left. But that is their native food. They are meant to eat the bones and the meat on the bones, and they can, now listen to that. Listen to that. He's really crushing that bone. He's really going through it very quickly. And you could see that he digests it really well, because when I look at his stool, there's hardly anything in it. It's completely healthy looking stool. There's no pieces of bones, just healthy looking stool. No mucus, because they don't get any grains whatsoever. Look at that. Now, the funny thing is that sometimes when they feel threatened, they would take their bones. If they hear noises outside in the street or other dogs, they will hide these bones and bury it. I have never seen this before, but these dogs literally will take their bones and bury it. And the first time I noticed, after I came in from outside in to check on them, I noticed that their noses were full of soil, and I didn't know why, and the bones were gone. And then I figured out later on that they buried the bones, and I didn't know where. So after I kept an eye on them, in a day or so, I saw them going to that area and digging through the soil and getting the bones out. Now, I could have left them to eat that fermented bone that's been sitting there for a day and a half, but I just didn't have the heart to let them eat it with all the soil and mud that was on it. But it would have been okay. So that was really funny to see them do that, because they dig through the soil with their nose and not just with their paws. They use their nose to dig through the mud to bury their bones. So, as you can see, there's very little pieces of the bones left that JJ is going through. And within just a few minutes, he would swallow that whole thing, and the bone is gone. Now, if you can see his teeth, I don't know if I can show you that, but I have not take this dog to a vet in the last 2 years for teeth cleaning. And if you look at his teeth, it's completely clean, white, healthy looking. And the reason is because he's eating the bones. And that's JJ. He still has a long way to go with finishing his bones, because he's got only like 10 teeth left, but he does a good job. At the end, he's probably going to have just this long piece of the chicken leg that JJ will devour and crush and eat. That was a big piece of chicken leg. That's why he's taking a long time trying to finish it. I hope you can hear how he's crushing that bone into tiny pieces and then going through it to swallow it. As you can see, the chicken bone is almost gone. I'm not sure if he's going to eat this last piece, but that's what he usually leaves after he finishes the chicken. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I hope you will start believing more and more in feeding your dogs native foods, all raw, all organically grown. That would be fruits, vegetables, and meats and bones. Take care and keep providing the best for your pets, dogs and cats.